You know where I stand. I spoke about it last time on abortion, traditional family, homeschooling, parental rights, Common Core, and a lot of other things. Today, I want to speak about the Constitution. If we defend the Constitution, those other things will take care of themselves. If we don't defend the Constitution, none of those other things really matter. I want to focus today on the two foundations of our society, morality and the Constitution. We have thrived because of these institutions, and they do go together. George Washington stated, "While just government protects all of their religious rights, true religion affords to government its surest support." The foundation of our nation is based upon certain self-evident truths, including that all men are created equal, that they're endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. Those profound insights from the Declaration of Independence owe a great deal to the Judeo-Christian worldview of our founding fathers. As basic a notion as the existence of an absolute is, truth is second nature to anyone from a Bible-believing background. The fact that all men are created equal and are entitled to equal rights is based upon the fact that we're all children of God who loves us, each individually, so much so that he gave his only Son to die for our sins, and our salvation is based upon our personal relationship with him. Our founding fathers also knew that we live in a fallen world, and that human nature is far from perfect. If we were all angels, of course, we would need no government. So, they designed a system of checks and balances to prevent too much power in the hands of any one group. Madison said, ambition must be made to counteract ambition. Madison did not think checks alone were sufficient, and he said this, quote, "No theoretical checks, no form of government can render us secure. To suppose that any form of government will secure liberty or happiness without any virtue in the people is a chimerical idea. If there be sufficient virtue and intelligence in the community, it will be exercised in the selection of these men, that we do not depend on their virtue or put confidence in our rulers, but in the people who are to choose them." That's you, folks. These truths have served us well for over 200 years, but they began to be challenged at the turn of the 20th century by the progressive movement. The progressive movement held there were no enduring truths, that it was possible to perfect human nature, and the role of government should be to make progress towards a more perfect society. A very secular sort of approach. The progressive vision of society involves a great deal of central planning by an elite cadre of experts, making our divided and decentral constitutional system highly inconvenient for that point of view. Checks and balances seem to be very, very bad from that point of view. In fact, early progressives spoke far more openly about their disdain of the Constitution than you hear from most people who use that label today. The central premise of progressive assault on the founding principles are flawed because they ignore the fundamental truth about human nature, which everyone who has read Genesis knows. The flawed quest for a perfect society has also led to attempts to replace private charity with governmental programs. And from that standpoint, all who are followers of Christ must know that that, you have personal sacrifice of themselves for those in need. This responsibility cannot be outsourced to government and must involve voluntary sacrifice by individuals to help his fellow man. Paying taxes is something that we learned of rendering unto Caesar those things that are Caesar's, and unto God those things that are God. So we must fight for principles that our country was founded on, not just in the political arena, but also it's our responsibility in society as a whole. We can only restore the Father's vision if citizens understand the truth about human nature and the role of government. I think I leave you with this admonition because it all gets back to your participation and what this organization is all about. So I'm here to tell you, get involved. I'm here to ask you to step forward into this conversation. You can make a big difference. We must challenge today's postmodern culture. We tend to let today's culture define every issue. Truth must prevail. Truth is truth, even if no one believes it. Falsehood is falsehood, even if everybody believes it. So we must ask questions. We must confront. Don't just be a stand there. Be singular or be damned. Be focused or be damned. Be singular in the pursuit of freedom. Be singular in the pursuit of truth. Take your argument to the town square. Stop the slide to mediocrity. Do the clarion call for truth. Be unashamed for America. One person can make a difference. You, and you, for morality and for the Constitution. That one great president said this, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, that government of the people, by the people, and for the people, shall not perish from this earth. Thank you.